There are three aspects to popular culture that make it important and make it worthy of study in a university. The first is that as citizens, it's really important that we understand the political, economic and cultural aspects of how we live our lives, and our responsibilities and rights as citizens are things that we both understand and in some ways experience and live through in terms of all sorts of aspects of popular culture, whether it's questions of children's exposure to television or issues of the representation of terrorism and responses to terrorism in the news media. The second reason is that, particularly here in California, so many of us work in the entertainment sector or in areas related to communications and culture. It's just as well that those of us who are going on to work in that domain know something about it in terms of our rights and our responsibilities as employees, to understand the structure of the industry, to understand how the role of government has an impact on it, and also so that we can make sure that our employers adhere to the roles that they should be living by in the industry. And thirdly, as consumers, we need to know how popular culture functions, what our best interests are, and we can make the right informed choices about our pleasures and our sources of fun if we're educated about the nature of the industry. So when something is of major political importance, major economic importance, major environmental importance, I look for the aspects of it that are to do with popular culture, and then I hone in, I zero in. So examples would be, books I've written, articles I've published about everything from sport and sexuality and representation of the environment on television through to issues about food and nutrition as represented in the popular media, the globalization of sport, reasons for the success of Hollywood overseas, how terrorism is covered in the US media. It's a very broad spectrum. The thing that strikes me about UCR students, unlike at other places where I've taught, where the notion is we're paying money, we want our degree, give it to us now. But there is, by and large, a hunger and a thirst for knowledge and an openness that's quite remarkable, and that comes from having, if you like, a citizen's attitude to knowledge and not just a consumer's attitude to knowledge.